Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Northwest Weaponry. This is Thomas, and today we are doing Day at the Range, round 21. We are taking a look at one of my favorite smaller collections within the greater collection. We actually did a short on this recently. Pistols imported to the Wehrmacht from foreign nations. We started out with the CZ or VZ-27. The Germans had their own names for all of these. Typically it would be Pistol Modell and then the year, in this case P mod or Pistol Modell 27, or simply P27, and then in parentheses the first letter in the name of the country from which the gun originated. So this would be a P27 in parentheses C. And again, they did this this naming program with pretty much everything they had. We're going to cycle through these. I've got 4 in my collection. We're going to cycle through them more or less in order of the ones that have been seen least on the channel, or at least not as recently, because the last one that we'll be bringing out was actually the most recent video that we did. So next, we've got the FN Browning Model 1910/22. And again, all of these demos have been done in the past. I'll post links in the video description to those if you want to see them. Some of them are pretty old. It's been a long time since we've gotten some of these out, particularly the one that we'll be following this with. We're a little farther from the target than I usually do for pistols. You may have noticed I think I only made 3 hits out of 8 with the 27. One of the hits probably barely rang. I only clipped the edge of it. But we're probably about 20 paces from the target, which is, again, a little farther than I would usually do for pistols of this vintage. But, you know, see how I do. Got 8 shots of 32 ACP through the FN here. This one does not lock open on empty, and it's not supposed to. But yeah, as you can see here, it just free floats. But again, 8 shots. Most of these are 8 shots. This next one's not. I actually did pretty good with the FN there. I think I only missed 2. This next one, we've got the Femuru Model 1937, or again, P-Mod 37, and then this one would be in parentheses H for Hungary. And this one's got a kind of a sharp trigger pull I've noticed in the past, so. Also, oddly, all of these except for the CZ have a grip safety. I think I hit 3 with that one. I love this one. This is probably the rarest of the 4. And there are a lot of guns that the Germans imported from foreign nations during World War II, whether it be through contract, occupation, or just taking over the factory. Typically, when they occupied a country, they'd just pay the factory to keep on running and pumping out guns just for them instead of for their national armies. That would be the case with, actually with the CZ, more so than the Hungarian. The Hungarian was more of a contract situation. Finally, Radom VIS 35. We just did the demo of this, like, literally, I think it's the most recent full-length video that we did outside of the year-end review. This is one of the crown jewels of my collection. I love this thing. 8 shots of 9mm, and this is the only one that has a more of a modern style of button mag release. 8 shots of 9mm. This has a decocker. And again, before we go through this mag, there are a lot of examples of imported pistols that imported to the Germans in World War II that I do not have. So there was at least 2 from France. There was the Mob D and the Model 1935A. I have a 35S, but the 35S was never made for the Wehrmacht. They destroyed the tooling when the Germans invaded. Then there's also the Beretta Model 1935, which is simply a Model 1934, but rather than being in 380, it is in 32, and they're usually Parkerized. I'd love to get one of those. My friend Dylan has a Austria 600 Model 1943 made in Spain. I think the Spanish also made the Star Model B for the Germans, which is like a 9mm, almost copy of the 1911, but again, it's a 9mm. And again, there are other examples. I'm sure there's a few that I'm not even aware of, and there's some that are more or less common than others. Again, the Femuru being one of the rarer examples, and the Radom being one of the more sought-after examples. Let's go ahead and put the 8 through this thing. About 50% accuracy, I think. Again, we're a little bit outside of what I would consider typical pistol range for guns of this vintage. With a modern gun, if you can't hit at this distance, you probably need to practice a little more. But a lot of these older guns have very rudimentary sights. They're just fun, though. I enjoy getting them out. Again, these day at the range videos, it's just an excuse for me to bring out, whatever collection of guns from within my greater collection I so choose. And we've got quite a few of them lined up. And with this being the first full-length video of the year outside of the year-end review / what to expect in 2023, welcome to 2023. Happy New Year if you didn't see the previous video. Got a lot of content coming you guys' way. I actually drew up a list of content ideas, and we've got a ton of part 2 videos we could do. We actually have a Mosin 9130 part 2 that we'll be posting probably in a week to 10 days. At the end of January, I'm kind of giving some more announcements here even than I did, than I intended to, and ones that I failed to mention in the previous video. But at the end of January, I'm going to be on vacation, end of January and the beginning of February. I'm going to try and post a full-length video right before I leave and have another one in the pipe for right when I return. I'll have a couple of shorts that I'll post during the vacation. Should be pretty easy, even with slow hotel Wi-Fi, to post shorts. But I doubt I'll be able to post anything full-length. I actually have a lot of small vacations planned throughout the year. If there's going to be any major delays in content posting, I'll announce it. But generally speaking, if I have a vacation coming up, I'll try and plan for it and have videos ready to go for before and after, and then maybe some shorts for in between. Actually, I'm shooting probably 3 to 5 shorts today while I'm in the woods here, because whenever I get to make it out of the woods, it's a good time to shoot content. It was buried in snow up here just 2 weeks ago, to the point that I almost couldn't make it up here. So you'll actually see that in the upcoming Mosin video. I shot that video like maybe 100 yards from where I stand right now, and it was buried in snow. So it's weird how the weather changes in Oregon so quickly. Anyway, import pistols of the Wehrmacht. Day at the range, number 21. Hope you all enjoyed the video. It's been Thomas, Great Northwest Weaponry, and I'll see you all next time.